Around the world, some countries are becoming known for having some of the toughest immigration systems on Earth. Strict border controls, advanced surveillance, fast deportation policies, and immigration rules that many travelers and migrants struggle to navigate. But which countries actually have the strictest immigration systems? And why are governments becoming more aggressive about border enforcement and migration control? Today, we break down the world's toughest immigration systems and what these policies reveal about the future of global migration. Welcome to International Migration Brief. Immigration policy has become one of the most politically sensitive issues worldwide. Over the past decade, governments have faced growing pressure from rising migration levels, asylum backlogs, illegal border crossings, housing shortages, and national security concerns. As a result, many countries are redesigning immigration systems to become more selective, more technology-driven, and more enforcement-focused. Some governments argue stronger systems are necessary to protect borders and public services. Others warn that harsh restrictions may create humanitarian concerns and damage global mobility. This debate is now reshaping immigration policy worldwide. Australia is often considered one of the strictest immigration enforcement countries in the world. The country has invested heavily in maritime border patrols, offshore detention centers, anti-smuggling operations, and strict visa enforcement. Australia's government argues these policies discourage illegal migration and prevent dangerous sea crossings. Unauthorized arrivals by boat are often transferred to offshore processing centers rather than being allowed to settle directly in Australia. Supporters say the policy protects border integrity. Critics argue offshore detention systems raise serious humanitarian concerns. Despite strict enforcement, Australia still actively welcomes skilled migrants, international students, and workers needed for economic growth. This shows how many modern immigration systems are becoming highly selective rather than fully closed. The United States operates one of the world's largest immigration enforcement systems. U.S. border agencies oversee southern border operations, deportation systems, immigration courts, detention facilities, and advanced surveillance networks. In recent years, the U.S. government has expanded biometric tracking, drones, facial recognition, surveillance towers, and AI-assisted border monitoring. At the same time, immigration remains one of America's most politically divisive issues. Supporters of stronger enforcement argue border security is critical for national safety and immigration control. Critics argue aggressive enforcement policies can create humanitarian and legal concerns. The debate continues shaping American politics and border policy today. Several European countries have significantly tightened immigration rules following recent migration surges. Governments across Europe are increasing deportations, border patrol funding, asylum restrictions, and visa enforcement. Mediterranean migration routes remain one of Europe's biggest enforcement challenges. At the same time, the European Union is developing more advanced migration databases and border systems. However, Europe faces a major contradiction. Many industries across Europe depend heavily on migrant workers because of aging populations and labor shortages. This creates tension between economic migration needs and political pressure for stronger border control. As a result, Europe's immigration debate remains deeply divided. Countries like Japan and Singapore operate highly controlled immigration systems. Japan has historically maintained strict immigration policies with strong border oversight and selective migration pathways. At the same time, labor shortages are forcing Japan to slowly expand certain worker programs. Singapore also maintains very strict immigration and visa regulations. The country closely monitors work permits, residency status, and employment sponsorship systems. Both countries prioritize economic migration while maintaining strong control over permanent settlement pathways. These systems are designed to maximize economic benefit while limiting uncontrolled migration. Many of the world's toughest immigration systems now rely heavily on technology. Governments are increasingly using AI surveillance, biometric identification, automated border gates, facial recognition, and real-time migration tracking. Supporters argue technology improves efficiency, reduces fraud, and strengthens border security. Critics warn about privacy concerns, mass surveillance, and growing government power over personal data. Experts believe future immigration systems may become almost entirely digital. The era of smart borders is already beginning. Behind every immigration system are real human lives. For migrants and asylum seekers, stricter enforcement can mean longer waiting periods, detention, deportation risks, and legal uncertainty. Many migrants leave their home countries because of war, poverty, violence, or lack of opportunity. Humanitarian organizations warn that aggressive enforcement can sometimes push migrants toward dangerous trafficking routes and illegal crossings. At the same time, governments argue immigration laws must be enforced consistently to maintain order and public trust. This balance between humanitarian responsibility and national security continues shaping global immigration debates. Experts believe immigration systems worldwide will continue becoming more digital, more selective, and more security-focused. Countries may increasingly prioritize skilled workers, high-demand labor, and controlled migration programs. Meanwhile, illegal migration enforcement and border surveillance will likely continue expanding. The future of immigration may depend on how governments balance economic needs, border security, human rights, and global migration pressures. The world is entering a new era of migration control, and the systems being built today could define international movement for decades to come. What do you think? Should countries maintain strict immigration systems to protect borders and public services? Or are some governments going too far? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe to International Migration Brief for more immigration news, border policy analysis, and global migration updates. Thanks for watching.